Shadow of the Erdtree's new trailer, Hellblade 2 release struggles, and IGN swallowing up competition. Those stories and more on TouchPad. Hello and welcome to Cross Circle Squared. I am Benny Gerkman, and this is TouchPad, your daily video game news show. Today is a big news day, so let's get right into it. First up on the dock, obviously, has to be the new Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree story trailer. I'll leave a link to this below. It's a FromSoft trailer, it's Elden Ring, and it's story focused, not gameplay, so obviously I really can't tell you anything that's going on. I have no clue. It's obtuse and has probably many lore implications that I couldn't be able to learn about in a million years. But of course, you can watch it yourself if you're one of those people. Honestly, as just like a surface level Dark Souls Elden Ring enjoyer, I mean, it looks great. What else are you going to say? It looks amazing. I don't really know any of the story that happens in any of those games. I just go in and try to kill things, but it looks wonderful. Just the art design and the fidelity of it, I think, is a big step up from the original Elden Rings trailers. But yeah, I think it's really good. The response overall has been great as far as I've seen on Twitter. I'm not really like in the deep Dark Souls Twitter ecosystem, so like I haven't seen much on this past like just general positivity about it. Looks great. The one thing I do want to point out that you'll see here at the end, I'm going to go skip to it, is that there's about like a scene with like, I don't know, 6 people all standing together. Could that mean we see some sort of multiplayer co-op for real? I mean, I played personally Elden Ring with the seamless multiplayer mod, and honestly, that was kind of the best way to play the game in my opinion. Despite it being a mod, and despite it having some technical issues because it was a mod, I mean, it was just amazing to explore the world of Elden Ring with my friends. And hopefully, maybe, we see FromSoft add something to that degree. I think that could be a big step up from the original game, a game that many people think is a perfect game. I think that's one of the ways you could improve the original. But, I mean, nothing confirmed on that. It is just a shot in the trailer, so it could be anything. It could be, something that happened in the game's lore. It could be anything, but, man, it's got me thinking about that. Now I really want it. But yeah, again, link is down below. Again, response has been good for this. I think that Elden Ring, not specifically Elden Ring, but just Dark Souls fans in particular, I mean, there's really only one company that does it well, and except for Lies of P, a lot of the other imitators are imitators. So I'm glad for that fan base, and everything's looking good with Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. Just as a kind of a reminder, a couple weeks ago, there was an article, I believe from Eurogamer, where they kind of talked about Shadow of the Erdtree, and that it's going to be the only DLC for Elden Ring. So hopefully it does add some actually game-changing content, like the multiplayer maybe, hopefully. Hopefully there's something there that's not just like an extra location, although an extra location is still going to be great. It's still Elden Ring. Shadow of the Erdtree launches June 21st. We'll probably get some more information on this. Again, right now, like we have the original trailer and this trailer, but as far as I can tell, there's like nothing else out about the game, really. No big interviews, no big deep dives, just 2 trailers to go off so far. All right, let's go ahead and get to our next story and kind of the biggest news of the day other than this trailer releasing, and that's the release of Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. It's been an evolving roller coaster of emotions starting yesterday when Ninja Theory put out this Twitter article or Twitter picture. It's basically just a thank you to the fans in anticipation of the game's release, but I mean, it's on Twitter, it's a bunch of text on a black screen, and especially with the recent Xbox closures of Arcane and Tango, and also the like literally $0 of marketing that Xbox has given Ninja Theory for the release of Hellblade 2, it almost kind of felt, I think someone put it, that it felt like an obituary, and I definitely agree with that. It kind of had this morbid sadness to it, where they're saying, hey, thanks everyone, and then everyone's kind of expecting them to get shut down here very soon. But that might hopefully won't be the case. Windows Central has reported that through their sources, Ninja Theory is not in plans to be shuttered, and their next project has already, in fact, been greenlit by Xbox. And so that was some great news. That came out before the game launched, and then the game launched. And the review embargo was like, I don't know, it maybe 20 minutes before the game was actually available, very, very close to the release. And the first couple things I saw on Twitter just kind of scrolling through were not very positive. I don't really know if that was just what Twitter sent to me first, but like every single take I'd seen on the game so far by journalists was very, very negative, a lot of disappointment. But as it turns out, and more reviews have come out, it seems to be a very mixed bag in terms of reviews. Not like the game is like a 7 out of 10 mixed bag, but like in literally there are reviews that are like 5 out of 10s and there are reviews that are like 10s out of 10s. For some examples, Eurogamer gave it a 5 out of 5, and then you have GameSpot giving it a 6 out of 10. Game Informer gave it a 9 out of 10, and then PC Gamer gave it a 58 out of 100. There's people both on the extremely glowing side and the extremely disappointed side all over Twitter. If you really wanted me to like bubble it down into something that's a nice through line, it seems to be that the game itself is extremely compelling. The story, the way it looks, the sound, the story is seemingly hit or miss. For some people, it's kind of dragging, but that all seems interesting, right? You look at a trailer and you're like, that grabs your attention. That's all the stuff that seems to be great about it. The stuff that doesn't seem so great, the gameplay, the puzzles. That seems to be the big issue. It seems like I think the Yahtzee put it, of Sony games where it's like the ghost train ride. And that seems to be how Hellblade 2 is kind of treating itself. If anything, it has the kind of Callisto Protocol treatment, where it's very on rails, very simple, but you're really going to it for how pretty it looks and the story that is there and the experience that you get that's like movie theater like in this game. And it appears that that's what we've gotten. I'll be playing it sometime this week, so I'll hopefully be talking about it once my thoughts are through. But as it stands for now, Hellblade has an 83 critic average on OpenCritic. Again, that's like not terrible, not amazing, but you literally have a couple reviews here that are like 9 and 10s out of 10s, 5 out of 5. So I think for certain people, this will hit really, really hard and you'll be really, really appreciative of the experience that Ninja Theory has crafted. And then for the other people, it just might not hit. All right. So in terms of game length, it's about 5 to 6 hours, but it's on Game Pass. So you could grab a month of that, play 1 and 2. It's only $50 buying it outright. That is a lot of money, but it is less than other games. And I do think Ninja Theory does have the ability to create like truly amazing games. Just it's unfortunately a little disappointing this time around, especially with how little marketing the game got and how mixed these reviews are. But I'm hoping for the best for the team and the game. Again, Hellblade 2 is out now, $50 on Steam, Game Pass PC, Cloud, and Console, as well as Xbox outright as well. All right, our next big story of the day is a little bit of kind of disappointing industry news, and it's sad like usual when it comes to the industry. IGN has purchased Gamer Network from RaidPop. If you don't know, Gamer Network is a group of sites including VG247, Rock Paper Shotgun, GamesIndustry.biz, Eurogamer. They also have stakes in Digital Foundry, Outside Xbox, Nintendo Life, and Push Square. Lots of name recognition there. And now IGN owns all of them, including the stakes that the Gamer Network previously had in those last few companies. So, of course, the acquisition went through, and as corporate suits love to do, a ton of people are losing their jobs in the already tiny games industry sector. No word yet on just how many jobs have been lost overall, or what exactly IGN plans to do now that they've bought like 10 companies they're directly in competition with, but I imagine we'll see very, very soon. All right, I have some smaller things before we're done here today. Just some kind of mentions. Kingdom Hearts has found its way to Steam. There's a few games. They were all previously available on Epic, I believe, but we all know that basically doesn't count as released at all. They'll be released on Steam June 13th. The Tomb Raider remasters are also getting physical releases. That came out a couple months ago. They're getting physical releases from Limited Run, previously digital only. They have this hugely expensive collector's edition that has like fake pixelated guns in like a light up box. It looks cool, but it's expensive, as collector's editions and limited run game stuff usually is. $200 for that. But the games themselves are only $30, so that might be worth picking up if you're a physical collector. And Cocoon is also getting a physical release through our LRG later this month. Finally, for our last story, this is a short one, but worth mentioning. Nintendo has acquired Shiver Entertainment, a Switch porting dev. They worked on the Hogwarts Legacy port as well as the Mortal Kombat Switch port, both 11 and 1, I believe. This is a purchase from Embracer, who, as you likely know, are still desperately trying to divest and sell and lay off as much as they can to stay afloat. All right, as far as releases go, before we get out of here, Hellblade 2, obviously, today. And you also have the System Shock console ports. And X-Defiant as well. I've actually seen more trailers and marketing for X-Defiant in the last week than I have ever for Hellblade 2. So I don't really know what that says about either Hellblade or X-Defiant. Really low buzz, though, on X-Defiant in terms of like actual people talking about it. It's that free-to-play, I believe, Tom Clancy shooter. I don't think they're using Tom Clancy in any of the branding anymore. It looks fine. People seem to appreciate the beta, and I mean, it's free, so you might as well hop in. All right, that is all of the news for May 20th. Like I said, lots of stuff today, but we got through it. All right, as always, I am Benny Gerkman. This is Cross Circle Squared, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.